Welcome back to SouFLoTV again, everybody. It is your host with the most. If you've never been here before, just go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell next to the subscribe button so you are notified every time a new video goes up on SouFLoTV or every time we go live on SouFLoTV. So, I've been following this story for a while. For those of you who have not seen it, I will put that video, the first video, at the end of this video so you can watch the whole thing and understand the whole story. Anyhow, the quick rundown is that Ashcroft's daughter-in-law was given bail in Belize over officers shooting. Covered a story about a high-ranking officer in Belize who was found dead in the company of the daughter-in-law of a British billionaire. Now, these people are heavily invested in Belize. And the police officer is of African descent, or talk it plain, a black man. And these people are white British people. Well, British and Canadian. Anyhow, a lot of people are saying, SouFlo, this is not going to go anywhere, but thank you for covering the story. They're wealthy. They're going to get away with it. Fast forward a couple weeks later, and I get an update. And the update says that the daughter-in-law of the Conservative Party donor, Michael Ashcroft, has been released on bail in Belize, where she is accused of accidentally shooting dead a senior police officer. This story is very interesting. You got to understand how this happened, right? Some people are saying this woman was definitely having an affair with this police officer. I think they got caught having an affair, and the people who caught them took care of the issue for the bigger boss, if you understand what I'm saying. And she was supposed to be the fall guy in all of this. Jasmine Harting, she was freed after spending 8 days behind bars in Belize Central Prison. I remember when they put her in there, and it was surprising to me to see the citizens of Belize, the local people, come to her aid. They were like, oh my God, every time you see her, she is just so beautiful and she is just so perfect and she is so well put together, and her children are always well put together and clean and they look well taken care of. This is what people were saying, word for word. I don't think she can survive in a place like that. That's not some place for her to be. The people were more concerned about her being locked in a facility where it's subhuman conditions. It's a prison where many people in Belize are locked up for crimes they committed. So she is in Belize and she gets locked up in this place, and suddenly the conditions of the place takes precedence over who just got killed and why she is there and how he got killed. That was surprising to me. This kind of a subservient attitude towards those who are wealthy, bow down. If they do wrong, act like it never happened. She had to surrender her passport and her personal documents, and she cannot leave the country without permission from the Supreme Court. Her bail was set at 30,000 Belizean dollars. That's roughly 10,500 pounds. Harting is 32 years old, and she has to report daily to the police station in San Ignacio, a town, and she now has to also be on a nightly curfew. So she got to be in the house at a certain period of time. She has surrendered all her documents while they plan her day in court, her trial. The prosecution opposed her release and said that her wealth and her connections meant that she was definitely a flight risk. But guess what? The judge still granted it. And believe me, she has all the resources. She can be flown out of Belize on a private jet tomorrow and disappear into the wind. She has that much money. Well, it's not her money. It's her husband and her husband's father's money. Her husband's father being the British billionaire, a high-ranking man in society. The Canadian is the partner of Andrew Ashcroft, who has lived in Belize for 2 decades. His father is Lord Ashcroft. Lord Ashcroft. Lord Ashcroft is a former Tory party deputy chairman, a one-time member of the House of Lords, and a billionaire with UK and Belizean citizenship. Officials have charged Harting, the 32-year-old female, with causing manslaughter by negligence. This is according to the detectives. She attended a party last month, and afterwards, she went. This is her side of the story. She attended a party, and after the party, she went for a walk with Henry Gemott, a local police superintendent. In the early hours of the 28th of May, the two sat together on a pier. Gemott allegedly showed her his Glock service pistol. When she passed it back to him, it accidentally went off. This is what she told the police, shooting him in the back of the head. You heard right. You heard right. And what was she doing on the pier with him? Harting said that she was giving Gemott a massage. A massage. She was found distraught and covered in blood. And she was saying, oh, it's an accident. Oh my God, I killed my friend. But people, we have sense. How the hell are you? I handed you my service pistol. For what, first of all? But I hand you my service pistol and you're handing it back to me and it shoots me in the back of the head. You handing something to somebody, that means you're handing it to them so they can see it. Therefore, they must have been facing you or looking at you. A split millisecond of a gunshot going off, right? And it hits you in the back of the head. And this story is crazy. This story is crazy. Just the fact that she's a married woman, look at who she's married to, a very prominent person. Her husband is well invested in Belize and is heir to a throne, billionaire. Why are you out there giving this man a massage? And let's put things in proper context as well. Belize was under curfew at this particular time, so no one should have been out past a certain hour. So they were at a party. What party? There's no record of a party. There's a record of them getting together on the pier after curfew hours. So I guess it was a party for two. This story stretches deep because on his way to go meet her, she calling him and saying to come, and she go meet him or he go meet her. He was not even supposed to be out. And some people are trying to style it and say, oh, he's a police officer and he only went because he thought it was an emergency situation that a very good friend was in, because they had been friends for quite some time now. After curfew, you don't call your personal police. You call police that's closest by in state of an emergency. And this man had to get on a boat and cross waters to get to where she was at. So it's crazy that he ends up dead with a gunshot wound to the back of the head. And it's being swept under the rug. She's already on bail. That excuse that she gave is not enough for me. It makes no sense. But that is what it is. So prosecutors told the judge that Harting had been under the influence of alcohol when she handled Gemott's service weapon. So they're trying to say that this officer, this superintendent, gave this woman his service pistol while she was drunk. Out there on a pier somewhere getting a massage. And how do we get to service pistol being handed to you while you're drunk? She noted that her children, Lord Ashcroft's grandchildren, had Canadian as well as Belizean passports. So they are free to leave whenever they can, and they have a range of places they can travel to. This story is crazy. This story is crazy because now that she is out, even the relationship between her and her husband is now falling apart publicly. There's a video out, pictures of them having a wide open fight in a hotel lobby. So in the video obtained by Daily Mail, Harting was heard saying that Why won't you let me see the kids, Andrew? Why won't you let me see the children? Which tells me that he's not letting her see the kids. Harting, of course, charged with manslaughter in the shooting of the superintendent, Henry Jamont, who was 42 years old. She's 32, I think. Why are you stopping me from being at my house? She said on video. Why are you stopping me from seeing my kids? Why are you stopping me from being at my house? You don't want to be on camera. This is in the kitchen of the hotel. They're arguing. Why are you keeping my children from me, Andrew? You lied to my whole family. Let me see my children. She follows the father of her two twins, Charlie and Elle, as he repeatedly pleads with her to stop. Stop. I don't know if he's telling her stop videotaping, stop the madness, stop this public display of madness. We are who we are, our status. We should never be seen like this out in public kind of thing. I can't imagine it being anything but embarrassing. Another female voice from off camera chimes in and says, it's going in the newspaper, Andrew. You lied to my family, Andrew. So I don't know if this is her sister. She was heard saying, security is literally stopping me from seeing my children right now. Wow, so you've been instructed by Andrew to stop me from seeing my children. That's correct? Is what she is asking the security, because he has security around. Referring to Ashcroft, she adds, shouted out to her husband, he's gonna rot in hell for this, like I'm not going through enough already. And it's been reported by the DailyMail.com that the argument broke out at the Aliyah Hotel, which Harting runs with her husband before the killing of Jamont. That is also their hotel. Harting was detained following the discovery of the body of Henry Jamont on the dock in San Pedro. And the mom of two reportedly insisted now that she shot him by accident. A single gunshot wound to the back of the head. Execution style, by accident. Wow. This is crazy. I'm going to stay close to this story because I want to see how trial goes and what comes out of this. Harting is said to have described the incident as a living nightmare, telling cops in a statement. This is her statement. She said, I pick up the gun and I tried to eject the magazine clip, but it was stuck. I struggled with it, trying to get the magazine out when the gun suddenly went off. I had no idea it still had a bullet in the chamber, she added. Henry fell back on top of me. I was pinned down and bleeding all over me. As I was wiggling to get out from under him to get free so I could check to see if he was okay, he slipped into the water, because that's where they found him, floating face down in the water, not on the pier. This is her explanation of how he ended up in the water. Man, listen. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about this one. I will definitely be staying close to this one. Shout out to my Belizean people and, you know, all that other stuff. But damn, I don't think anything is going to come of this. But we will see. Stay tuned. SouFLoTV. I'm out. Peace.